Admiral Zektar's three eyes focused on the holographic display, watching the human fleet approach their blockade. The Galactic Council's most experienced military commander had assembled the greatest armada in known history. 12,000 warships from 47 species, all united in their fear of humanity's expansion into the galaxy. "Their ships are impressive," admitted Commander Velona, her chitinous fingers clicking nervously against her console. "But our intelligence indicates they number only 300 vessels." Zektar's mandibles clicked in what passed for a smile among his kind. Numbers mean little when facing primitive technology. Humans have been spacefaring for barely 2 centuries. We have ruled the stars for millennia. The human fleet maintained its steady approach, neither accelerating nor changing formation. Their ships were blocky, utilitarian things. Nothing like the elegant curves of Altarian battlecruisers or the crystalline spires of vegan destroyers. To Zektar's experienced eye, they looked more like cargo haulers than instruments of war. "Admiral, we're receiving a transmission from the lead human vessel," reported the communications officer. "Put it through." The hologram flickered, revealing a middle-aged human woman with graying hair and tired eyes. She wore a simple uniform devoid of the ornate decorations favored by most galactic military leaders. "I am Captain Sarah Chen of the UES Necessity. We request safe passage through this system." "Impossible," Zektar replied. "The Galactic Council has voted. Humanity will not be permitted to expand beyond the Sol system. Your aggressive nature and rapid technological development pose a threat to galactic stability." Captain Chen's expression didn't change. "I see, and if we refuse to turn back? Then you will be destroyed. Surely you can see the odds against you." For the first time, something resembling a smile crossed the human's face. "Admiral, may I ask, what do you know about human history?" Zektar's translator struggled with the concept. "What relevance could your primitive past have to this situation?" "We have a saying," Chen continued. "The best weapon isn't the sharpest sword or the largest gun. It's the mind that knows how to use a paperclip to bring down an empire." Before Zektar could respond, the transmission ended. "Admiral?" The sensor operator's voice carried an edge of panic. "I'm detecting massive energy readings from the human fleet, but they're not weapon signatures. What are they doing?" "Unknown, sir. The energy patterns are unlike anything in our databases." Zektar watched as the human ships began to move, but not in any attack formation he recognized. Instead, they spread out in a complex pattern, each vessel taking a precise position relative to the others. Within minutes, they had formed a perfect three-dimensional grid stretching across several thousand kilometers of space. "Sir, the humans are activating some kind of field generator array," reported the science officer. "Energy readings are off the charts. Prepare for battle. All ships, ready weapons." Zektar's order was cut short as the stars began to move. Not metaphorically. The actual stars in the background began shifting, their positions sliding across the heavens like droplets of light on glass. The gas giant they were orbiting shuddered, its massive bulk grinding against forces that shouldn't exist. "What is this?" Velona whispered. The answer came from their own science officer, his voice hollow with disbelief. "They're manipulating space-time itself. Somehow they've created a localized gravitational anomaly that's moving the entire system." Zektar felt his stomach drop as understanding dawned. "They're not here to fight us." "No, sir." The science officer's readings confirmed the impossible. "They're stealing the system." On the main display, the tactical situation had become surreal. The human fleet maintained their grid formation while the Galactic Council's armada found themselves being dragged along by the system's movement through space. Planets, moons, asteroids, everything was shifting in a coordinated dance orchestrated by 300 human vessels. "How is this possible?" demanded Zektar. His science officer pulled up theoretical models that flickered across the screen. "The humans appear to have weaponized their industrial engineering principles. Instead of building larger guns, they've treated space-time as a construction material. They're essentially mining gravity itself." Another transmission from Captain Chen appeared. She looked exactly as calm as before. "Admiral, the system we're currently relocating contains 17 inhabited worlds and approximately 4 billion Galactic Council citizens. We're moving it to a neutral zone where they'll be perfectly safe, just elsewhere." "You cannot do this," Zektar sputtered. "The gravitational stresses alone should tear your ships apart." "You're thinking like a warrior," Chen replied. We're thinking like engineers. Do you know how humans built their first cities? We didn't conquer rivers, we moved them. We didn't avoid mountains, we tunneled through them. When we reached for the stars, we didn't build better rockets. We learned to fold space. The implications hit Zektar like a plasma bolt. Your entire fleet. It's not a military formation, correct. It's a construction crew. Around them, the cosmic relocation continued with mechanical precision. The human ships hummed with purpose. Their crews no doubt making minute adjustments to gravitational field generators, monitoring stress loads on space-time fabric, and calculating orbital mechanics on a scale that made stellar engineering look like child's play. Admiral, his communications officer called out, we're receiving surrender requests from 40% of our fleet. The crews are overwhelmed by the scope of what they're witnessing. Zektar looked at the display showing their new trajectory. The humans were moving the entire system toward the galactic rim, where territorial boundaries became meaningless. They weren't conquering, they were relocating the battlefield itself. The Council will not stand for this, he said weakly. Captain Chen's image tilted her head. Admiral, the Council feared our warships because they thought we were like them. Fighters who solve problems through superior firepower. But humans don't build better weapons. We build better solutions. She gestured to something off-screen. This system will be fully relocated in 6 hours. Your people will be safe, fed, and free to return home via the hyperspace routes we're installing. Consider it a demonstration. A demonstration of what? That when humans look at a problem, we don't ask, how do we destroy it? We ask, how do we fix it? Chen's smile returned. The Council wanted to stop human expansion. So we're expanding differently. We're not taking your territory, we're creating new territory. As Zektar watched his lifetime of military experience become obsolete, he realized the Council had made a fundamental error. They had prepared for war with creatures like themselves, fighters, conquerors, destroyers. Instead, they had encountered builders. And builders, Zektar was learning, were far more dangerous than warriors could ever be.